Yesterday we dropped a build video showcasing the Iron Long and the Catharsis with crit chance and status effect. Now today, the Catalyst exotic just got fixed. So that means we can put that mask on and roll everything to hazard protection and status effect. When I tell you I'm having fun lighting people on fire and putting a 53k tick on them, it is fun, I tell you, and there's nothing they can do about it. Whenever they try to apply status on us, we're also getting that plus 2% weapon damage, which stacks up to 12, which is insane. So we also have 80% hazard protection, 100% burn. Anybody that's camping in the back, I see you, especially those Umbra builds that are trying to hide from us. This build is fun, I tell you, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. All right, so let's get into the build combination here, man. I really want to sit down and talk about this and break it down to you and how we got everything set up with the synergy, how the build performs in PvP. Now, note, we dropped the build video yesterday of a build that's identical to this one, but it's utilizing the Catharsis instead of the Catalyst. That one is crit chance and status effect, and that one works great. Now, both builds are fun, but I know everybody wants to use the Catalyst, so we wanted to put a build together that's going to give you that synergy that you need to have that survivability and just to test it out. Now, personally, I feel like the Catalyst is PvE based a bit more. There's a lot of things that you're going to benefit from in PvE that you're pretty much not going to benefit too much in PvP. So, and we're going to break that down to you. So we're going to put on the PvP stats as you guys can see. The blue means PvP. Now, the Catalyst has a talent called Chemical Agent. Now, that means dealing and receiving status effects. That will be burn, bleed, shock, EMP, disrupt, poison, and blind, disorientant. Will build up stacks for the Catalyst to a maximum of 12. Each stack will grant plus 2% weapon damage and plus 2% status effect. Each enemy within the 25 meters that is affected by a status effect grants plus 1 stack per second. So being affected by a status effect grants plus 2 stacks per second. Stacks decay at 1 stack per second after 5 seconds. If no enemies are in a radius or you are affected by a status effect, that's pretty much what that means. That's how that's going to sum all up. Now, you do have something at the bottom where it says that killing a status affected enemy grants bonus for 5 seconds. That's going to be 25% bonus armor and 20% reload speed. Now, we really don't care about the reload speed because the Iron Lung already reloads fast itself. The bonus armor is not going to be noticeable as much in PvP. Just to let you guys know that because there's so much going on, you're not even going to see that 25%, and it's nothing. That's very small to tell you. It should have been armor and kill. In my opinion, that's what it should have been. But, you know, that's what they went with. Now, it has also another thing down here, which is called stabilizer. While burning, you can maintain ADS without disruption, meaning that you can ADS your weapon while being on fire. So you don't have to worry about that. But the goal here is to not catch fire at all, which is why we have hazard on every piece. So we got hazard and status effect, and I'm going to show you how much status effect we have here. We're sitting at 80% hazard. Now, in conflict, you're going to lose 10%, so that 80 is going to turn to 70%, which is fine. But that bleed will turn into 80. So you're losing that. So we're going to have 80 bleed, of course, which is why we got a bleed mod there because we don't want to be at 70. So 80 bleed. And you're also going to have 100% burn resistance. So we got 2 burn mods here because we're losing 10%. We're going to be losing 10. So you're going to be sitting at 10, 100% within conflict. That's the main thing. Now, we don't want to be set on fire whatsoever because there's so much going on already in conflict, and we don't want that. We're going to talk about the Iron Lung. It has a unique talent called Ardent. And what does that mean? Firing this weapon fills up a heat meter. Once that meter is filled up, it's going to be equivalent to 50% of the weapon's standard magazine size. So when the meter is full, rounds shot by the weapon ignite enemies. So that means it's going to set players on fire. When you're not shooting, the meter depletes over time. So reloading or swapping weapon fully depletes the meter. The reason why you want to be at 100% burn because there's Umbra builds that are running around conflict sitting in the back with Iron Lungs. You want to be able to set them on fire and not them to set you on fire because the minute that they catch fire, they can no longer ADS you. They're not running the catalyst and they don't have any hazard protection whatsoever. So this is going to give you the advantage that you need to dominate players that are hiding. We have over 60% status effect on this build, and we're going to gain a little bit more with the catalyst. Without the catalyst, we're sitting at 60 within itself. Like if you don't think about the catalyst talent that's proccing, which will be 24%, right? So that's going to be 24% weapon damage that you're going to get from setting players on fire, and then that's going to be 24% more for your skills too. So 60% is a lot. Our burn resist is going to be anywhere between like 53k. So that's going to be a burn tick of 53k per tick on them. They're going to die out. They will try to escape you. They will try to run, and they will tick and die. Now, this is what we have here for our talents on our chest plate and our backpack. So let's start with the chest plate. We're using one piece Bellstone Armory, which is giving you perfectly efficient and also 1% armor regen. Now, you want to use perfect efficient over anything else, please. Make sure you guys use the perfect version of this, because using the armor kit has a 75% chance to not consume your armor kit. If you use the normal version of efficient, it's going to consume your armor kit every time, because that chance is lowered to 50%. You will lose all your kits, just to let you know that. So that's the setup that we have there. And as you can see, the roles here are hazard, status effect, and a bleed mod, and it's rolled to armor, of course. Now, note, you want to be sitting at 1.7 million armor. Please do. If you want to, if you're comfortable at 1.5, then go what is comfortable for you. This is only a blueprint. Now, a holster here, we got two-piece Golan, right? With two-piece Golan, you're going to get status effect 10% and 1.5% armor regen. Now, we also have it armor, hazard protection, and status effect. That's what you want. Now, for our backpack, we have the name backpack, the cookbook here. So, haven't used this in a long time, but this is a chance to use it. But if you don't have it, you can use the same normal version as Wicked, and we're going to show you why. Because Wicked talent does not change between the perfect and the normal version. It's still going to be 18% weapon damage increase, no matter what. The only thing you're going to gain is a 7-second difference there. So perfect version is going to last for 7 seconds more, and the 20 version is going to be for 20 seconds. Applying the status effect increases total weapon damage by 18%. So you're getting 18% additional weapon damage from setting player on fire using the Iron Long. Also dropping your Stinger Hive, which will activate Wicked as well, so you can constantly keep Wicked up at all times. So if they're bleeding or they're burning, Wicked is activated, of course. Now, that is 18% extra damage, and then on top of that, the Catalyst Mask is also giving you a 24% extra damage. On top of that, you're going to be dishing out tons of damage just from this setup. We also have contracted gloves here. We got really lucky to find some with hazard on them. I also got some fox prayers with hazard on them too, but it's either or, whatever you want to go for. If you want to go for foxes, then do that. You want to go for contractors, then do that. But with contractors, you gain additional 10% LMG damage and 8% damage to armor, which is multiplicative. So you're going to be hitting hard for someone that has 0 crits, because the goal is to apply status effect, and you will see crits. Best believe that. The gun will crit. And with the thing about LMGs is that they come with damage to targets out of cover and damage to armor. As you can see, 12% damage to targets out of cover, because everybody fights out of cover in this game, and additional damage to armor, which is 6%. So you're probably going to be sitting at around 14% armor damage, which is not bad at all. Now, our knee pads, we got a one-piece yaw for our knee pads, which you're getting 10% hazard protection. We got a roll to armor, another 10% hazard protection, and status effect. Remember, I told you we got status rolled everywhere. Now, skill options is Defender Drone and Stinger Hive. This is just for crowd control, and this is just for a little layer, extra layer of protection for you. Now, that is the build combination, and this is how I feel like everybody should run it. But if you want to make adjustments and you're not comfortable with this version, which is why I'm going to put the build link for the other version in the comments for you guys that want to check that one out. Honestly, both builds are great. I just feel like the other one has a bit more survivability for those you guys that get in intense PvP battles just like me. So be sure to check that link in the comments. If you want to go with the backfire, that is also your option too. Now you have to change your talent. So your talent change will be from Wicked to Adrenaline Rush. Now you're going to lose 18% damage, but now you're going to be immune and building up crit damage with the backfire. So those are your options if you want to go with that. I'm giving you guys the formula because, like I said, this is all a blueprint. I have tested this stuff out myself. I have played with both versions of the build. I also have another version, which I will leave at the end of this video, where you guys can click on it and check that video out. I'll probably put it in the comments too. So this one works perfectly fine because the Catharsis, I love it. It's night and day, man. Just having the ability to build damage and also heal yourself at the same time from taking damage, which is phenomenal. So, and that one is basically crit and status effect as well. So that's the build combo right there. That's all I want to show you guys. Be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. And this is Badger signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be breezy. I'm out.